are. San Francisco 49ers are Super Bowl bound. They beat the Lions. A 17-point comeback ties the NFC Championship record for a comeback since the 49ers did it against the Atlanta Falcons. This game was crazy. So many emotions. And, there is a lot of questions to ask about this team, but right now, the only thing that matters is this. They are the last team standing in the NFC, and they're going to Las Vegas. So let's get into all this, but first, let's roll that intro. Hey guys, Dawson Sharp here once again for another 49ers video. Sorry for my absence. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life, especially, college, all that stuff. But I'm back for the most important, reaction probably of the season until in 2 weeks. This game was interesting going into it, right? I think, we understood that both the Lions and the 49ers offenses were going to score points, right? There was parts of, the Detroit's defense that the 49ers could capitalize on. There was parts of the 49ers defense the Lions could capitalize on. And at the start, we saw that from Detroit, right? They were dominant. They got the lead in the first half, almost beat the rushing records, that the 49ers have given away, And, the 49ers offense, it didn't look that great. We had an interception by Brock Purdy. He was off all that first half. There was no answer for the running attack of the Detroit Lions. A lot of people, even myself, somewhat wrote off the comeback, right? I understood how they could make the comeback, mind you, right? But the way that Detroit was playing, there was a thing, George Kittle said after the game. Any analytical guy that says momentum is a thing is an idiot. And the Detroit Lions had all the momentum. The only thing the 49ers had for themselves was that they were getting the ball at the start of the second half. And give me 1 second. So where was I? Yes, the only hope that the 49ers had to make the comeback that was possible, you get the points, you get the punt or the turnover, you get more points, you're back into this game, and then who knows what happens. And that's how the script went, right? 49ers scored, they got a fumble, scored again, and, momentum came back to the 49ers. And, they scored a lot of points, guys. They scored a lot of points. And, Detroit, they still had, their offense going, but it wasn't as effective. And you could say, hey, they had some fourth downs they could have scored points on, but went for it. And they may have been, stupid in a way. But here's the thing about Detroit, right? I'm going to defend the Detroit Lions here. They got to the NFC Championship game by being the aggressive team, playing 4-down football with all their play calling. And, the 49ers, even with their defensive problems, they're still a defensive talent on the 49ers. And they were able to stop some of their fourth downs. I know they didn't stop a bunch of their third downs, but they, figure out ways to get them to punt the ball, get the 49ers opportunities to score, and then they get the lead, and then at the end of the game, they make it a 2-point, they score, touchdown, and then onside kick. There was a bit of a worry there, but then George Kittle, the guy who said that he will be back at the Super Bowl one day, caught the ball, and 49ers are Super Bowl bound. When it comes to that second half, right, we got to talk about probably the thing that caused the momentum shift, right? Brock Purdy, he throws this ball deep to Ayuk. It was pass interference. It looked like it was going to get, free play basically. And it hit the Detroit Lions defender in the face, and Ayuk goes and reaches out and catches the ball. And 49ers didn't look back offensively. They got into rhythm. Brock Purdy went from like a 39 quarterback rating all the way to like 100 plus quarterback rating in the second half. He was efficient. He was great. He, escaped pressure. He got sacked a few times in the most clutch, time frame. But you still got points out of that drive, and it's just, props to him. I think he was named a NFC Championship games MVP. Credit offensively to he knew when to rush. He does, and finding juice check those 2 times was great. That very dangerous Jimmy G-esque throw to Juwan Jennings was fantastic. So great stuff there offensively. And I said before, the defense, they found a way to get a few stops out of the Detroit Lions, right? And with the way this game went, it was great. It was needed. Some of these, stops were just because of the aggressiveness of the Detroit Lions, but some of it was just the 49ers put them in the decision, in the position to make these aggressive decisions. And, 49ers capitalized that turnover on downs, the fumble, all that type of stuff. They figure out a way. And, the way this game went, I would not doubt if by the time this video is uploaded, the Chiefs are the favorite to win the Super Bowl. There is it's weird that, the 49ers, this team that's the number 1 seed in the NFC, this team that was dominant besides for a losing streak, and losing to Baltimore and the Rams that last time. This was, for a team with Super Bowl aspirations, knowing that maybe their window is a little bit closing just a little bit more than usual for the 49ers, that they didn't play that well against Green Bay. They still win. They look like this against the Detroit Lions. They still win. So as a fan of the 49ers, you can't. A win is a win. You can't be picky about them when it comes to the playoffs, right? But I don't know if the 49ers can win the same way 3 times in a row of playing bad in the first half and then being dominant in the second half, because Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Spagnuolo is on the other side of the. And they got 2 weeks to prepare for this 49ers offense and defense. It's going to be, if you're asking me, this is the most important coaching job of Kyle Shanahan, how he prepares these next 2 weeks, how he makes the in-game adjustments into the as the game in the Super Bowl goes. But we're going to get more into that when the actual Super Bowl is, there. But yes, it's going to be an interesting 2 weeks. As the Super Bowl has talked about how, rightfully so, the Chiefs should be the favorite because Patrick Mahomes on the other side, and he's trying to make sure the Kansas City Chiefs are a dynasty while the 49ers are trying to get rid of a drought with Mr. Irrelevant as quarterback, as Kyle Shanahan has to get a monkey off his back from 28-3. And the Super Bowl live, and George Kittle saying he will be back with a vengeance. It's going to be interesting narratives, and I'm going to be covering it also. Stay locked into this channel. Follow me on Twitter. That's the @ right there. This has been Dawson Shard. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.